And Dan, you are in Fort Collins today for your voice, and breweries, I think, are such a big part of the culture here. So many of us have enjoyed that in Fort Collins, but hasn't been easy for them either.
No, Anusha, it really hasn't. It's been an issue that has been ongoing, and it's something that we've heard from so many folks from here in the community. So I want to bring in our Ethan Carlson. And Ethan, you were speaking with some owners of breweries and brewers up here who have been just trying to survive.
Yeah, so Fort Collins is obviously known for a lot of things. The beautiful scenery, Old Town Square, where we currently are, of course, the CSU Rams. But breweries are maybe most well known of all. So I talked to some of those brewers who say that the key to some of their success is not actually competition, but collaboration.
The big players in the Fort Collins beer scene are undeniably Odell Brewing and New Belgium, and their reach is felt at breweries across the city.
When I started at New Belgium, we were brewing 160,000 barrels a year. They are now up above 1 million.
The craft beer industry has changed a lot in the 30 years that Chris McCombs has been making beer. He's the head brewer at Cooper Smith's Old Town Brew Pub. He used to brew in Utah and Montana, and he's seen firsthand how special the beer community is here.
What I noticed about Fort Collins was the willingness from everyone to help each other out and to not dig their heels in and try to be too overly competitive.
The most I've ever produced here is about 1,500 barrels in a year.
Colin Westcott showed me his operation as owner of Equinox Brewing Company, and he agrees. It's the community that makes Fort Collins special.
It is absolutely completely unique. I'd seen other locations where breweries did not talk to each other because they viewed each other as competition. In Fort Collins, people are looking for raw materials or need assistance in some way, shape, or form, and you can reach out to each other and we'll help each other out.
And it's not just a collaboration with each other, it's working with the city itself.
It is truly a culture here in Fort Collins that embodies events and community and collaboration, and that's what makes it extra special here in this community.
Katie Schneider works in marketing for Visit Fort Collins, the tourism organization for the city, with an entire section on their website dedicated to breweries.
We have seen a lot of visitors who come just for the breweries, and even if you're not a beer lover, it is the ambiance that you get on a patio or the experience you get during a unique tour.
And a lot of their success can be attributed to the water itself.
There are a lot of brewers around the world who would love to have our water.
Here in Fort Collins, our tap water is just ready to go. It's all snow melt. It's a blank slate, just ready for a brewer to do anything they want with. And that really does impact the overall beer quality.
That's not to say that it's easy. The last few years have seen many breweries reduce their capacity or even close down. A lot of that is due to the increased competition.
Everybody's brewing high quality beer, and so you're not the only game in town anymore, and it's not printing money necessarily as it was maybe in the early 2000s into the 10s.
And some of it is because young people just aren't drinking as much as they used to. The National Brewers Association reporting beer sales were down 4% in 2024, the third straight year of decline.
30 and under, they are going to either not drinking or cannabis or just considering the health detriments of alcohol.
To survive, breweries are going to have to adapt.
Non-alcoholic beverages have really gained a lot of traction, and so a lot of brewers are now having to make lower and lower ABV beers.
It seems to me like the younger generations like a little more sweet, flavorful, maybe fun styles. These flavored pastry beers are getting pretty popular, like lemon meringue IPA with lactose.
But whatever happens, the Fort Collins craft beer scene is here to stay.
It takes equal parts science and art.
We do have a unique story to tell here with our brewing culture.
People that are willing to collaborate, talk with each other, share ideas, share information, share experience.
Yeah, so Colin Westcott, the owner of Equinox Brewing, who you just saw, told me that the camaraderie is so strong in the community there that when one brewer was actually hit by a car and hospitalized, other brewers stepped up and operated his equipment for him just to keep his business afloat. That's just one of the many stories of how special that community is here in Fort Collins.
Yeah, I mean, not just the brewing community, but I think it speaks to the larger Fort Collins community as well. Ethan, thank you so much for those insights. Lisa, we know that there's going to be a big game here tonight. Breweries are a good place to maybe get a few drinks in if you are going to the game. What are folks looking at in terms of weather-wise?
I see a good patio table right behind you two. We've got a good patio cast in Fort Collins, upper 60s. There will be quite a bit more cloud cover. We'll talk more about that coming up, but you'll find some low to mid 70s closer to happy hour or as folks are out there tailgating for the game in FOCO.